For the cheapest coins with fast delivery and quick customer support, check out my sponsor, Red Zone Coins, and use code SWIFT at checkout for 20% off. So Swift family, and today I'm coming back at you guys with another Madden 20 video on the channel. And in today's video, I am going over how you can complete your Gauntlet solo challenges as quickly as possible. I'm going to give you tips for each solo, that way you can get them done super fast. And I'm actually just going to be going over the shorter moments in this video. I'm not going to go over the full game solos. They're pretty self-explanatory to get done. So instead, I'm going to be going over the 7 shorter solos. I will timestamp each of them in the description. So if you're just struggling with one, you can go watch that and see how to get it done. But this should be a pretty helpful video. Be sure to leave a like down below for good pack luck on those 92+ elite player packs and the 94+ elite player pack, which you are going to get from getting these Gauntlet solos done. Be sure to hit that sub button if you are new. Just hit 40k, which is absolutely awesome. And without further ado, let's hop into these right here. We're going to start it off by going into the legend tier. I'm going to show you how you can get these done on the legend tier. If you are struggling on the other ones, you can go get those done. As you can see, I've done all of them except for the 2 full games on these. So right now, I'm going to go through the 7 legend tier hardest solo challenges, basically all of the little moments. I will show you guys how to do them. So we'll start it off with quick turnaround, and I will see you in the solo challenges menu. I'm going to show you how you can get 5 stars on each of these. So I'll see you guys in the solo challenges menu for this one. Alright guys, so on this solo challenges, there are 2 aspects to it. The first one is getting your 14 points in 5 plays. The second one is getting those celebration points done. So what I like to do to get a 1-play touchdown on my first play is I will come out in this PA shot seams, and I'm going to motion over Torrey Holt to the right side. Now if it's a man coverage, we should have Calvin Johnson up the sideline for an easy 1-play TD, or if it's a cover 2, we'll also have Calvin Johnson up the sideline for a TD. We have to celebrate to get those celebration points done, and it looks like we'll see how many we get off the first touchdown. If I don't get enough celebration points on the first touchdown, then I'll use a kind of glitchy method right here to get the rest of the celebration points done. That way we don't have to worry about them anymore for the rest of the video. So what I do is I'll come out in strong toss, and I'm going to try and celebrate off to the sidelines as we end up getting tackled, but we're going to be able to hopefully get these celebration points done right there by going for that 2-point conversion. Going for that 2-point conversion early as well is going to make it so that if we don't get a pick 6 on the first play that they run on offense, we're still going to be fine because we still have that extra play. So we end up getting the celebration points done. Now what I'm doing is kicking it off. If we end up getting a hit stick fumble, that would be awesome. If we don't, then we're gonna have to get a pick 6, and I'll show you guys the method that I use to get pick 6s pretty consistently against the CPU. As we're gonna go for a hit stick, we don't end up getting it, which is fine. And now we have 2 chances to get a pick 6 right here. We can either get the pick and then the touchdown on the next play, or we end up getting the pick 6. So what I run is I run special teams field goal block right. I'm gonna use her as Jamal Adams or whoever your strong safety is, and then you're actually going to audible into punt safe man. To do that, you click left on the D-pad, and that's going to allow you to audible to that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fake like I'm covering that receiver. We're not actually covering him, and then the quarterback is just going to throw it up to us, and we're going to get that easy interception. Now we have 1 extra play to get into the end zone here and finish this solo challenge off. So we're going to come back again into our money play out of gun tight 10 and offset PA shot seam. We'll see what my opponent does end up coming out in. So it looks like he's in a cover 2 here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to motion Torrey Holt over again. Their safeties are moving around quite a bit. Hopefully we're able to land this. If we get into the end zone here, we do end up finishing it. And again, this is on arcade mode. You guys have to remember that. So we are able to get the moss pretty easily with Calvin Johnson, getting us up to 14 plays or 14 points in 5 plays, getting the celebration points done as well. And we are done the first solo pretty easily. Okay guys, so for this solo challenge, we are going to need to rush for 10+ yards in 5 straight plays, and then we have to get the touchdown on the last play. I feel like the CPU, what they actually do is they seem to catch on to you if you run the same play over and over again, so I don't like to run stretch every time. What I like to do is start off by running with my quarterback a couple of times, so I'll come out with something like gun empty, and assuming you guys have an escape artist quarterback, you should have a huge lane up the middle to scramble for 10+ yards. I will do the scrambling play 3 times, and then I will switch to a regular running play. The reason for that, like I said, I feel like the CPU kind of catches on if you run the same thing over and over again. So we run this 3 times, and you'll see by the time we run it the 3rd play, they're going to be more effective, I feel like, at stopping it. It's just kind of weird how that works out. As you can see, they did end up putting up a spy. Good thing Steve Young is fast enough, but now we're going to have to switch on over to the stretch, because as you can see, for some reason, the CPU just ends up making adjustments, and they figure out how to stop your play. So I only like to run the same running play 3 times before switching to something else. And now we start to stretch. We're going to have to get get 10 plus yards here. Hopefully we can get down to like the 10-yard line or something on this. That would be perfect. As you see, we end up getting to the edge pretty easily. We're going to go down at the 10-yard line, hurry it up again, and just run the stretch play again. And this is going to allow us to get all of these rushing yards done and get the touchdown, assuming we can get into the end zone here, which would be just perfect, as Saquon Barkley finds the gap and he is in easily for the touchdown. So that's how I end up beating that solo challenge. I would recommend you guys switch between 2 different plays, and we end up getting 5 stars on the solo pretty easily. So for this solo, all we are going to need to do is hit a 1-play touchdown on the first play and then just dive into the end zone. So what I'll do is I'll do the exact same setup for the 1-play touchdown as I showed you guys before. We motion over Torrey Holt, and the thing I really like about the solo is if you screw it up, you can just try again pretty easily. We have Gronk down the middle. That is the cover 2 beater, and Gronk is going to get right between everyone and dive into the end zone. Against the cover 2, I hit Gronk up the middle. Against the cover 3, I hit Torrey Holt on the slant, and against the man coverage, we hit Calvin Johnson on the wheel route, and we're able to absolutely get 5 stars on this solo quite easily. Okay, so for this solo challenge, we are going to need to score a rushing touchdown as well as do 7 different ball carrier moves. So I come on at something like a stretch. You can run whatever run play you find the most effective. And as I'm running, all I'm going to do is just spam stiff arm. Even though there's not really anyone in the area, it's still actually going to count as a move. And we're just going to hit a couple jukes at the end once we get close to the end zone. And I'm assuming we should end up getting 7 ball carrier moves from that. We will end up seeing if we do. But it looks like we are going to get that 7 ball carrier moves. And that's just from spamming stiff arm. It doesn't look like you're actually doing any moves, but just by spamming it, EA still actually registers it as a move, so that's how you can get up to the 7 moves pretty easily and beat that solo. So for this solo, what we need is 7 passes of 12 or more yards in a row. I'm going to come out in jet touch pass in the wildcat formation out of the Panthers playbook and the run and gun playbook. It is easily the best way to get this solo challenge done. It is super annoying to actually pass because you only have 2 seconds when you actually pass, whereas when you're in jet touch pass right here, you're going to get the pass off every single time. You're playing it on arcade mode as well, so it's super easy to break tackles, and you're going to be able to just kind of ramble for those 12 yards pretty easily. As you can see, we almost get stopped there, but since it's on arcade mode, we're able to break a tackle, and we end up picking up that 12 yards pretty simply. Again, we're just going to run this play over and over again. No need to switch up to another play as we get a nice block from Steve Young. I'm going to move backwards a little bit because you want to really stay in that like 12 to 15 yard range each time you run this. If you get too many yards, like 20 or 25, it's going to make it almost impossible to actually get 12 yards on each play, because by the time you get down to the end zone, you're not going to have enough space on the field to actually get the plays done. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to call a timeout. That way Christian Okoye does get rested up, and then we'll be able to get this done and get these final 3 jet touch passes in. So again, running this exact same play, no need to switch it up. It is going to save you a ton of frustration, guys. I was getting super frustrated trying to do the passes, and then we ended up finding this, and this has saved me so much time for getting this done. So we have to complete this 2 more times. We're just going to run it basically as far as we can here. If we can get close to the end zone, that is perfect. As Christian Okoye says, get the hell off of me. And we have to get this done 1 more time. We'll see what look the defense gives us. I would consider calling a timeout, but the defense is giving us a pretty good look. So we'll run it 1 final time, and we should be able to get into the end zone pretty easily right there. As Christian Okoye says, get off me. It's on arcade mode, so he says, get off me. And we're into the end zone pretty easily to get that solo challenge done. So for this solo, you need to get a safety, and it kind of takes 2 parts. Basically how this works is when you get a tackle, wherever you tackled them, that is where your opponent gets the ball. So on the first play, what you need to do is you just kind of need to get a stop. It doesn't really matter where you get them, because after you tackle them down, you're going to be able to get back down to like the 1 yard line relatively easily. We'll basically just run a passing play, and we're going to try and roll out here with Steve Young, and we're going to just get down to the 1. It really isn't that tough to do that when you roll out. As you will see, we're going to max protect. They're like sending everyone, and we just hit Calvin Johnson, and we're just going to get out of bounds at like the 1 or the 2. We're at the 3, so I wish I was a little bit closer to the end zone. And now all we have to do is we have to get a tackle in the end zone for a safety. So we're running this play. Ideally, if we got them out of bounds at a little more of an opportune place, it would be easier, but we're going to try and blow this up in the backfield. As you can see, they actually ran a passing play. Kind of confused me, but we end up getting on to DeForest Buckner, and we get the safety. I could have done that a little bit of a better way. We kind of got a little lucky, but you guys got the gist of what you have to do to get this solo challenge done. Okay, so for this one, we are going to need a pick 6, and we're going to use the same strategy I showed off in the first solo. Basically what we do is we come out in field goal block, load block right, and then we audible into punt safe man. I'm going to use her as Jamal Adams, make it seem like this guy is open. Hopefully they end up throwing it, and then we end up coming in bounds, and we get the pick. Hopefully Jamal can stay on his feet. he does, and we're going to be able to run it back for a touchdown. So that is all the solo challenges. Hopefully this video was pretty helpful. It took a while to film, so if you have made it to the end, you can probably tell my voice is already a little bit harsh, so hopefully you guys did enjoy. Please drop a like if you did. It took a while to get this one done. Drop a comment if you made it all the way to the end of the video as well, and good luck with those packs, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm out. Have a great rest of your day. Peace. So family.